Hello everybody, welcome to an episode of Fix It Tony. Today I have the topic of discussion is the car battery. There's a lot of information online. The car had a hard time starting, so I think it was a battery that dipped below its threshold. I had a battery car booster, and that worked to get the car started. And we drove the car for 5 minutes, turned it off, started it back up again, and was working fine. Didn't seem like there was any issue. The car had a hard time turning over, so when I plugged in my car charger. This is the kind I have, and let's see if I can turn off this light. Now I can use this light. So it's got 13.2 volts according to this charger. That's what seems to be running. And if I put it to battery percent, it says 100%. When I first plugged it in, it said 80%. So I think my battery was on the low side. So I've had it in for about 18 hours charging, and I'm about to disconnect it. So the first thing I do is, when we're looking at this battery, is check out the labels. This is a Mercedes brand battery, 12 volt, 100 amp hours. It doesn't say, it says 760 amps. No idea if that's cranking amps or cold cranking amps. I'm gonna say cold cranking amps. And it is a acid filled battery. You can see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little circles. These little, that's kind of where the acid comes in. All right, so I am back. I connected the terminals, cleaned them, put the pads on. You kind of been keeping tabs. I now all right, using my alligator clips, I got 13.02. All right, so I'm idling, and my voltmeter is reading 14.1415, and I should be able to just see where this stabilizes at. So I'm going to continue. All right, so the camera was shaking. All right, I lifted the camera up to stabilize it because the vibrations of the car idling is shaking my camera. So now everything is idling just fine. And I have 1.17 volts higher at idle. Okay, so what I should be able to do is go back into the car, and from what I've been reading, I need to um, turn on only those things that draw a constant current. So blinkers, no, would not be good, or even the air conditioner. So I'm going to put on the rear defroster. I'm going to turn on my headlamps, my fog lights, my high beams. I will turn on my heat on full blast, and we'll see where the current or the volts drop. I think, from what I understand, it's not supposed to drop below 12.5 volts. But I do have to test this at 3,000 RPM after 25 seconds. I have to hold at 25 seconds at 3,000 RPM before I take my reading. Okay. I'm watching the voltmeter slowly climb. I'm hoping to get back to 13 volts. That was the baseline before I started any of these activities. So let me summarize what I did. I turned the car on and idled it. And at that idle, I was supposed to get a value of voltage that's higher than my baseline. And I have to be anywhere at minimum a half a volt net higher, but I could be up to 2 volts higher, but I can't be higher than 15 volts during idle. So now I'm going to do the, oh man, there, okay, so do the battery test. SL1 EN 760 837. Okay. System test. All right, I gotta go crank the car battery. You're gonna keep on looking at the yellow lights. I gotta hit this start button. Oh, it's still failing. It's got 9.15 this time. All right. Now I'm going to do the load test. Okay, so it's still reading 12.9. So I'll go back and see what happened.
For hanging in there during this project. My first inclination is to replace the battery, and I think I'm going to do that in May or June. I did take a look at the alternator, and as I saw the sticker here, I did see that the alternator is remanufactured, so I think it's a replacement. My best guess, if I'm interpreting the date code, if there is one, is 2016. I'm going to try to see if I can test the alternator from below the car, but I'm hoping it's just the battery and not the alternator. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and like if you like this video.